honestly, guys, I messed up. All right, what's up, guys? It's about time that we talked about a few things that's been going on, and you could probably tell that I haven't been posting in a while. You've probably noticed by now, right? That I haven't posted in several months, and there's just been a lot going on, right? Well, I kind of want to talk about that, and I want to talk about some reasons why, but I also want to give you guys a look into what 2024 looks like and what I've got planned out for that. Let's get into that. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. I let y'all down. I know there's a lot of you that's been checking in on me. Appreciate you doing that. I really do. Thank you so much for checking in. It means a lot. It really does. But we've just been going through some things. The Seamless fam, my fam personally, we've just been dealing with a lot of stuff. And again, no excuses whatsoever. We just let it get the best of us, or I let it get the best of me. But from here on out, that's not going to happen, because I've got a plan for it. What I'm going to end up doing is pre-recording everything way early ahead of time. That way we've got several going. With that being said, a couple of things that have really got me down, and again, there shouldn't be excuses, right? But we're all human, and it'll get to you. For one, I felt like I didn't have a direction per se that I wanted to go. I know that I wanted to teach mechanics, the mechanic lifestyle. I wanted to show you guys, what it takes to be in the field, ways to help you, tips and tricks on getting better, faster, improving in the field, learning performance, building projects, having your own shop at your own house, getting started in that direction, and just the lifestyle in general of, being in the car culture, okay? Those are all things that I wanted to do, or that I want to do with this channel. But like I said, I let some things get in the way. There was, in 2023, we got hit with quite a few things in the family. And then like one of the things that really just set me back for a while is this thing, this car right here, the Talon, the DSM. So everything was going great. I got it running, I want to say in September. It may have been October, but no, it was in September for sure. So I got it running. Had quite a few good trips with it, cruising with the boys, with DJ, Nick, all of them. We went to a couple cruise nights and stuff like that, and I was dailying it to work there for a while, every other day, sometimes every day during the week, with no problems. And I was dialing in my, my tune. It was very conservative. We weren't even adding boost yet. We were still at 7 psi boost. By the way, there's gonna be a full video on the failure of that, okay? But I just kind of wanted to break it down for you, kind of the story behind it. But it blew up on me, okay? It blew up on me in October. If you know the backstory behind it, cool. You know that it was a complete stock rebuild. But if you don't know the backstory, again, there will be a video coming up on everything before, after, what I think happened, and then we're definitely gonna have tear down videos. Okay, I'm just getting it back to the house. Okay, I had it towed because I was right by the dealership that I work for, so I had it towed there, and it's been sitting there a little bit. That's why the windows are taped up and everything else, because the windows were stuck down. So that's another problem that I need to figure out with the car. Not a big deal, probably something simple, electrical wise. But it took the wind out of my sails, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. no excuse. I'm not gonna let it happen to me again. I learned my lesson, but it took the wind out of my sails. So I got too excited about it being, by running, being able to drive it finally, right, after several years. I was able to get it on the road. It is by no means finished, right? Like, we can see that. But we're just taking another step back, unfortunately, and I was trying to get to where we were, working out the kinks under the hood, and finally getting to the visual side of things. As you guys know, I'm going to be rapping it. So, prepping and for rap, doing all of that content for you guys so you can see how to do it yourself. Obviously getting a nice set of wheels and tires put on it. Complete suspension rebuild. So, I've rebuilt the front end and I've put polyurethane mounts on pretty much everything that I can. Still got to rebuild the rear though. And we were going to go with a nice suspension setup, a good coilover set. Probably something from BC or Feel, hadn't really decided just yet. Anyway, all of that. And as soon as this happens, it's like, man, you just set me back again. But the thing is, I gotta learn to love it, right? Because that's part of projects, man. And I know you guys are gonna comment below, no, your engine shouldn't blow up if you know what you're doing, yada, yada, yada. Again, just wait for the video that comes out about the engine, and we'll go from there. Maybe it was something I'm a geek about though. Like, I'm a geek about mechanics. I'm a geek about engine building and all that. Engine building is actually one of my favorite things about being a mechanic. Something that I grew up around. So it's actually something that I really enjoy. I like looking at the little specs. I like looking at everything. You know what I mean? So all the specifications is what I mean by specs, by the way. So it's something that I geek out about. I love building engines. So, but with that being said, it blew up on me, and it really just set me back, because now we got to go in there. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to tear it down to failure to see if it was my fault, if it was, something weird. I'm sure there was something that went on in there. Now here's the deal. It may not have been something my fault build-wise, but maybe it was. But there's also another variable there, and it's boost. This is a boosted engine. Again, I don't want to harp on the car too much. I want to get to the point of the video, but it's a boosted engine with a mechanical wastegate, right? And it was a cooler day, one of the first cooler days of the fall since the car had been running. And it was on decel that it blew up though. So I don't know there. There's a rod hanging out. I'll add the picture here, but there's a rod hanging out the side of the block. I haven't torn it apart yet. But maybe it got a little bit too much boost or something like that and cracked the rod. But the way I'm looking at it, the way the picture looks, and without tearing it apart, it happened at the rod cap. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to say that it was boost related. It still could be. But with boosted engines, you have a higher probability of that happening, right? So with that being said, it took the wind out of my sails. Again, no excuse. I don't expect you guys to, give me any kind of, pity party for that or anything like that. But I just want you guys to know that I'm going to be coming out full bore with more videos. So here's the schedule. It's going to be twice a week. Okay, you're going to get a podcast. You're going to get a shop video or some kind of technical video. Okay. That one won't be posted on the podcast audio forms, but the videos that are podcast will be posted on YouTube and on the audio platforms, okay, under Seamless Garage, obviously. And then, like I said, you're going to have a shop video, you're going to have a podcast. So here's the plan on the podcast. We're going to do one a week, obviously, that's what I said, and but once a month. So every month we're going to have a guest on. I know that you guys said y'all missed the guest, because it brings a different aspect to the deal. And it's not just me, right? It's two heads kind of bouncing off each other and from different backgrounds and getting a different insight on everything. So I want to bring on more mechanics. I want to bring on tuners for you. I want to bring on people that are just enthusiasts and aren't even mechanics, that have a lot of questions that maybe you would have that I can answer for you. So we're going to have one guest a month for the next 12 months in 2024, and we may have extra, but we're going to have bare minimum one a month, and so be looking forward to 12 different guests this year. on the podcast. And so that's a big goal of mine. And then the other goal is I want you guys to watch the rebirth of the DSM. So we're going to be bringing it back. We're going to be bringing it back to life. We're going to be tearing it down. I've got a spare block over there already that I had set up. It's a naturally aspirated block. If you know anything about 4G63s, there's a G4CP block that's naturally aspirated. It came in the Hondas, same exact engine, but without the oil squirters. The whole point of that was that build was supposed to be for the stroker. This engine was supposed to be fresh and good to go and reliable, reliable, right? To drive on while I was building that stroker, okay? But that didn't happen. So we're back to the drawing board. We're just going to go ahead and build the stroker from day one. Like, we're just going to build it and drop her in. But you'll get to see from start to finish. You'll get to see us pull it out. We're going to tear it down to failure, find out what the failure was, because I want to know that, okay? And then the good news is it's not going to take us near as long to get it back together and get it in the car as it did this whole time building it, because the engine bay is already painted, right? Everything in the engine bay is already set up the way it needs to be. We simply just need a short block set up. I don't imagine that any valves got bent. If they did, it was only in cylinder 2, because cylinder 2 was the rod that went through the block, okay? But from the way it looks, the piston and everything stuck in the bottom of the cylinder, so I don't think it went up and slammed the valves. Now, it may have. We'll see. If it did, we're going to have to rebuild the head, obviously. But I'm praying that it didn't, because I just freshly built that head myself. So if it didn't, I'm going to throw it on the engine. But enough of the talent. I hope you guys are excited about the content coming. I promise you, it's going to be great. I'm going to make sure that it's great. I'm upgrading my video editing skills, because I feel very comfortable about it these days on DaVinci Resolve. We're going to be upgrading the audio quality. As you can tell right now, the audio is not the best. I've gotten much better at editing audio on DaVinci Resolve for our podcast. However, I do want to get some microphones, some lapel mics. That way when we're out here in the shop, that way when I'm in the shop doing a podcast, the audio quality is much better. That is my goal, and so that's going to happen real soon, because I don't know, I'm a stickler about audio, and it's been a problem for a while, okay? So we're going to get that fixed for you. But again, if you're on YouTube, please comment below. If you're not and you're on the audio platform, please send me a DM, the real Stevie G on Instagram, or, find a way to message me. Even message me on the Seamless Garage Instagram. Ask me some questions. What do you got? What do you want to know about? What are you excited about? What would you like to see this year in content that's available? So really, with that being said, guys, I've got big goals this year for the shop, for Seamless, for everything. Some more content that you guys need to expect coming. Again, is going to be learning how to be a mechanic, tips on that, tips on how to get your ASCs and become ASC master, how to get into your first dealership. These are all things that I want to show you, but I also want to show you the money-making side of things as a mechanic, okay? Obviously, to be more efficient at the shop and all of that. But what about when you need a little bit more money, right? What if, you're running into some issues where, it's slow or something like that and you need more money? So I'm going to show you how to acquire and do side jobs. I'm going to show you how to buy and flip used cars. And I'm going to show you how to go and pull parts that are valuable from pick and pulls and then sell them for a profit. So all of that's going to be on this channel here, and I'm extremely excited for it. I really am. I want to show you guys, how you can make it as a mechanic and how it's feasible and how awesome this field is, and the fact that we get to touch vehicles every day and turn wrenches and just enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So. With that being said, again, it's been your boy Stevie G from the Seamless Garage fam. We love you guys so much. Hope you haven't given up on us. And if you have and you see this video, can you please give us another shot? Because we're coming back full force, and that's all I got to say. So we appreciate you guys once again. Have a great, great new year for you. I hope you get to achieve everything that you're looking for. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Later.